Hi, this is Brandon from Watches on You, and today we're taking a look at the Rolex Daytona 116519LN, or the Rolex Daytona with the Oysterflex strap in white gold. So first I'd like to remind you that we're here at JB Hudson Jewelers in Minneapolis, Minnesota, taking a look at this piece where it is available on sale pre-owned for $28,000. That's in comparison to the brand new retail price of $28,800. And it really just goes to show you the value that Rolex tends to hold on the pre-owned market. This is a very difficult watch to get, seeing as it has the ceramic bezel. It's one of the newest Daytonas, and it has some very nice features that I'll be getting into shortly. Another thing I'd like to remind you is that we'll be leaving a link to our channel store in the description where we've listed our favorite watches and watch accessories for sale. So now let's get into this watch. So as I said, this is the Rolex Daytona 116519LN in 18 karat white gold. Now, there's several other metals that this watch comes in, such as steel and yellow gold and rose gold, but I really like the white gold because it kind of has a little stealth factor to it in that most people would think it's probably steel, but again, it's white gold, so it's superior. But then again, modern style kind of dictates that steel is superior, especially in the pre-owned market, which I find fairly interesting. So I also really like the Oysterflex strap on this watch because it really gives it a sporty character that you don't get with the metal bracelets, just because they tend to appear more dressy. And a lot of time when I see people wearing this watch in public, they're in a sort of dressier setting, not really doing sports. But this Oysterflex strap would be fantastic for swimming or something like that, and it is extremely comfortable and high quality. So getting into kind of the case details of the watch, it's got a 40 millimeter case, perfect size for a chronograph in my opinion. Anything around 40 millimeters and pretty much any type of watch is perfect by my standards. Getting into the movement, it has the Rolex 4130 movement. That's the 4130, not 5130, which has a approximately 70 hour power reserve. It might be 72. Which I find fantastic. Anything above 48 in my book is fantastic, is just great. And I really like how that power reserve is, again, you don't need a watch winder for this watch, and this would be an excellent watch to have as your only watch because you could really wear it in both sporty and kind of dressy settings. So getting into the functionality of the watch, it is a chronograph. It's one of the most famous chronographs out there, along with the Omega Speedmaster, so I'll demonstrate those features now. I'll hit the top pusher, and it starts the chronograph. One thing I find interesting about this watch is that it does not have Loom on the seconds hand for the chronograph. I kind of wish it did, like the Speedmaster. I think it would make the watch a little bit more usable, but that's just my personal opinion. But then again, there isn't Loom on the subdial hands, so you wouldn't be able to really time anything over a minute. But anyways, I think that's something that Rolex could experiment with in future models. So to stop the chronograph, you hit the top pusher and then reset using the bottom pusher. The action is fantastic on this watch. You get a really nice satisfying click when you use it. I think that, again, it feels great. It feels, I would argue, a little bit worse than the Omega Speedmaster in my personal opinion, but again, that's kind of the functionality of chronographs is something that people, again, have their own views and opinions on, so that's something to keep in mind. The Loom on the watch is very bright. It's blue Loom. I'll demonstrate that with a UV light right now. But as you can see, it really glows like crazy. So this is a very usable watch. And one thing I like about the ceramic version versus the older versions that had kind of the metal bezels is the fact that it will be scratch resistant. The old versions with metal bezels tend to get more, again, they tend to be susceptible to scratches. Now I've heard, well, the ceramic bezel is susceptible to chipping. I've never heard of this happening on really any watch, personally, other than certain Omegas that are completely made out of ceramic. I've never heard of a ceramic bezel chipping in my out of all the watch people I know. So that's something that really probably isn't a concern. And also, this is a fairly expensive watch, so I would hope you're being sort of careful with it at least. But I digress. So now I'll try this watch on for a wrist shot. And an interesting feature of the Oysterflex strap is that it lifts the strap kind of off of your wrist a little bit, and that provides for better airflow. So in a sporting setting, this is perfect, like on a hot day or something like that. So the fit is very nice on this watch. I really like how it looks. I think that, again, the Oysterflex strap adds a whole element of sportiness to it, and I really like it. So if you like this video, please remember to like, subscribe, and share. And also, if you do subscribe, remember to hit the notification bell. And in addition, check out JB Hudson's website in the description if you want to inquire about purchasing this piece. Thanks for watching.